Have you ever had one of those days where you wake up already feeling drained, as if your body never really recovered during the night? You get out of bed. Maybe you make coffee. Maybe you splash cold water on your face, but that heavy feeling stays with you. Your mind feels slow, your focus is weak, and even simple tasks feel harder than they should. Most people assume that means they need more sleep, more caffeine, or more motivation. But what if the real issue is much simpler than that? What if the reason you feel tired all the time has less to do with stress or laziness and more to do with hydration? Today on the Vital Nourish, we're talking about something so basic that most people completely overlook it: water. Or more accurately, what it really means to be hydrated. Because being hydrated is not just about drinking a random glass of water here and there. It's about whether your body is actually receiving and using the fluids and minerals it needs to function properly, and if it isn't, the first thing you may notice is not extreme thirst. It may simply feel like exhaustion. Before we go deeper, if you enjoy practical, science-based wellness content that helps you feel better in real life, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and stay with me until the end. This is one of those topics that sounds simple on the surface, but once you understand it, it can completely change the way you think about your energy. When people hear the word dehydration, they often imagine a dramatic situation. They picture someone lost in the desert, someone fainting from heat, or someone with severe thirst and dizziness. But in everyday life, dehydration rarely looks that extreme. For most people, it shows up quietly. It becomes part of their normal routine. And that's exactly why it's so easy to miss. Mild, chronic dehydration can look like low energy, brain fog, headaches, poor concentration, irritability, dry skin, sugar cravings, and that frustrating feeling of being mentally off all day long. The human body depends on water for almost everything it does. Your blood relies on proper fluid balance to move oxygen and nutrients where they need to go. Your cells rely on hydration to produce energy efficiently. Your brain, which is made largely of water, is especially sensitive to fluid loss. Even a small drop in hydration can affect mental performance. That means your memory may feel less sharp, your reaction time may slow down, and your ability to focus may drop more than you realize. So, if you've been feeling unusually tired, distracted, or mentally sluggish, dehydration may be playing a much bigger role than you think. What makes this even more important is that many people don't wait until they're thirsty to realize something is wrong, because by the time you feel strong thirst, your body may already be behind. Thirst is not always an early warning sign. In some people, especially older adults, it can be a delayed signal. That means you can spend most of the day underhydrated without ever realizing it. You might just think you're having a bad day, when in reality your body is asking for something much more basic. And here is where things get even more interesting. Hydration is not just about water. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings in modern wellness. People hear they should drink more water, so they force themselves to drink glass after glass, bottle after bottle, thinking that more is always better. But true hydration is not simply about flooding the body with plain water. It is about balance. Your body also needs electrolytes, which are minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These minerals help regulate how water moves in and out of cells. Without enough of them, the water you drink may not hydrate you as effectively as you think. This is one reason why some people can drink plenty of water and still feel exhausted. They are taking in fluid, but not maintaining the mineral balance that allows the body to actually use that fluid properly. This can be especially common in people who sweat a lot, drink a lot of coffee, exercise intensely, follow low-carb diets, or simply live under constant stress. Let's talk about coffee for a moment, because this is where many people get trapped. They wake up feeling dehydrated, but they don't recognize it. They interpret that low energy as a need for stimulation, so they reach for caffeine. And yes, caffeine can temporarily make you feel more alert. But it does not solve the underlying problem if your body is underhydrated. In fact, if your overall fluid and electrolyte intake are poor, caffeine can make that shaky, wired, foggy feeling even worse. So you end up in a cycle where you feel tired, then stimulated, then drained again, without ever really fixing the reason your energy was low in the first place. Stress makes this even more complicated. When you live in a chronically stressed state, your body produces more cortisol. And cortisol doesn't just affect your mood or sleep. It also influences fluid balance, mineral regulation, and how your body holds on to sodium and water. That means chronic stress can quietly increase your hydration needs. So if you are busy, anxious, overworked, underslept, and constantly running on adrenaline, there is a very good chance that your hydration needs are higher than you realize. The same is true for people following certain eating patterns. Low-carb diets, keto diets, and even fasting can all increase fluid and electrolyte loss, especially in the beginning. This is one reason people sometimes feel weak, dizzy, or mentally slow when they change their diet. They often blame the diet itself, when part of the problem may simply be that the body is losing water and sodium faster than expected. Once hydration and electrolytes are corrected, many of those symptoms improve dramatically. Another reason dehydration is so deceptive is that it can affect your mood. People who are mildly dehydrated often report feeling more irritable, more anxious, and less emotionally resilient. They don't always connect that emotional instability to hydration, but the connection is real. When the brain is under stress from fluid loss, your sense of calm and clarity can decline. So if you've been feeling unusually edgy, scattered, or mentally fragile, it might not just be psychological. Your body may be underhydrated. So what does better hydration actually look like in real life? It starts with consistency rather than extremes. Instead of drinking almost nothing all day and then chugging a huge amount at once, your body tends to do much better when you hydrate steadily. It also helps to think about hydration through food, not just beverages. Fruits, vegetables, soups, broths, and mineral-rich foods all contribute to your hydration status. And this is one reason why people who eat mostly ultra-processed food often feel worse. They're not only low in nutrients, they're often low in the kind of hydration-supportive foods that make the body feel truly nourished. It also helps to pay attention to the signs your body gives you. If your mouth is dry, your urine is dark, your energy crashes easily, your workouts feel harder than usual, or your brain feels foggy for no obvious reason, those may all be signals worth listening to. And if you start improving hydration and suddenly feel more alert, more stable, and more focused, that's not a coincidence. That's your physiology responding. One of the most helpful mindset shifts is this. Stop thinking only about stimulation and start thinking about support. Instead of asking, "What can wake me up?" try asking, "What does my body actually need right now?" Sometimes the answer is not another coffee, not more sugar, not another supplement. Sometimes the answer is hydration, minerals, and a little more respect for your biology. And this is what makes hydration so powerful. It is simple, but it is not trivial. It is foundational. When your body is hydrated, your blood flows better, your brain functions better, your muscles work better, and your energy production becomes more efficient. Everything feels easier. Not perfect, but easier. And when something that basic is off, everything can feel harder than it should. So if you often feel exhausted for no clear reason, don't immediately assume your body is broken. Don't automatically assume you need a complicated biohack. Start with the basics. Ask yourself whether you're truly hydrated. Not just whether you've had some water, but whether your body is actually receiving what it needs to function well. Because sometimes you're not tired, you're dehydrated. And once you understand that, you start seeing your energy in a completely different way. If this video helped you, leave a like, subscribe to the Vital Nourish, and tell me in the comments what your hydration habits look like right now. A lot of people watching this may realize they've been dealing with the same hidden problem for months or even years. And sometimes one simple shift can make a bigger difference than any complicated health routine. I'll see you in the next video.